because some of you really loved my video with the little gnomes, today I'm going to show you how to make a cake gnome, and I'm sure that everyone is going to love it. To make my gnome cake, first of all I've prepared two cakes, one bigger and one smaller, and then I've prepared some chocolate ganache. This one has an orange flavor because I really love orange flavor cakes during this time of the year. I think it is really nice and it's very Christmassy. So once I filled the bigger cake, I've started filling the smaller cake. And then I've cut a piece of it diagonally, just a small piece of it though. And then I put it almost in the center of the cake. And then I'm starting to build my cone, but I didn't want to make just a normal cone. I wanted to be a little bit more curved to one side, just like the gnomes are. I even put my cake topper, the one that I made last week, at the front of it just to have a look if it has the right shape. And as you can tell, it stands a little bit more to one side because of the hat. Then at one point I've added some cocktail sticks so that I could secure the whole cake. Then I covered the whole cake with the same chocolate ganache and then I put it inside the fridge. Once the chocolate ganache was set, and this probably a couple of hours afterwards, I took the cake out from the fridge and cut the long cocktail sticks so that no one could see them. Afterwards, I've started to roll my fondant, and the color that I've used to make the body is this beige with just a tiny bit of grey in it, which I think is really a beautiful color, plus it is really trendy at the moment. And then before adding the fondant onto the cake, I've moved the cake onto my Christmas cake stand, which I think it is much nicer, plus it's a lot cleaner as the other one is really awful after having used the chocolate ganache. Then rub it to make sure that no one could see the line that it is showing. Then I started to make the bird, and to do so, I've used some white fondant, gave a triangle shape, and then started to draw lots of curved lines. Plus, at the end, you get to have this little piece of curved fondant as well, which I think they look even nicer. So let's put it onto the cake. Let's make the curved piece of hair a little bit nicer. And then we can start making an oval to make the nose. Plus, I wanted to add two mustaches in white again. Again, drawing the hairlines, making it a little bit nicer, and put it on top of the cake. But at this point, the white fondant behind the nose looked too thick. So what I've thought to do it was to cut it, and this was much better choice really. Now let's move on making the red hat. And to do so you need lots of fondant because you need to cover the whole head. So let's make a straight line and then let's make a little bit more round like this. So let's put it on top of it, starting from the front. Let's show the nose a little bit more, and then what we need to do is to cut all the extra fondant. First from the back, but also from the bottom of it. Then I always like to make a pointed curved hat tip. I think it looks much nicer. What we have left to do still are the hands with the arms. And to make the arms, I'm going to use the fondant that was left over from the body. To make the hands instead, I'm going to start from 2 ovals that are flat. Then I'm going to remove 2 triangles from it. So that we're going to make the thumb. To make the other fingers, I'm going to make 3 straight lines. But to secure the hands to the arms, what I'm going to use are some spaghetti. So if someone gets them, they're edible and no one is going to get hurt. Once we've done them, what we can do is to put them on each side of our little gnome, which I think it is already looking a lot nicer. But at this point I thought, why not to add something different? And that's why instead of having the hands just on the body, I wanted to move them a little bit more far from it, as I want the gnome to hold something. And I thought to add a cord, and then I put them onto the gnome's hands like this, which I think it looks really nice. Then I've decided to add some Christmas balls, very simple, so that everyone can make them. And I've started with some very thick red fondant. On top of it I put some cling film, and I've made 5 round circles. Then I put them onto the gnome cord, and I really wanted to add some sparkle to it. So I used the edible sparkling from the rainbow dust. But if you want to see what I've used, you can find all the links on the description box. Finally, I thought that the hat needed a little bit of decoration as well. And to do so, I've cut some Christmas stars and put them to one side of the hat. If you love this video, I'm sure that you're going to love this video too. But as usual, don't forget the main thing. Be creative and have fun. See you next week. Bye bye.